closer than it appears. One of the largest discovery of natural gas in the last 2 decades. For Musa Njai, the fossil fuel is both a blessing and a curse. It spells the end of a lifetime catching fish in the area, but the promise of what the government says will be a prosperous future.
I want us to profit from the gas because as soon as we start extracting, I expect the electricity prices, fuel, even food prices will drop and become affordable for us.
He is not alone. Europeans no longer wanting to rely on Russian gas are looking at Africa to meet their energy needs. Germany and Poland have signed deals with Senegal's government. Europeans will have access to Senegal's resources before its own citizens. And so this has left many Senegalese wondering how much will they benefit from their own country's resource. Because so far, for many young men, opportunity means boarding one of these fishing vessels to travel to Europe illegally. The government hopes that the gas project will stop this and bring jobs here at home. At the country's new Oil and Gas Institute, engineers and doctorates are given certified training for industry jobs.
As the resources belong to the Senegalese people.
For the Institute director, the fallout of the Russia-Ukraine conflict on Europe's energy problems may offer an opportunity for African countries to change the power dynamics.
Senegal is in the leadership position. We want to be able to have, whenever it comes to decision making, this is project for Senegal, for the development of the country, and it's important that we have our Senegalese national sitting at the table representing the government.
The consequences of a conflict in Europe, away from this continent, is affecting Njai's future. The Senegalese Coast Guard appears in the distance, not to protect fishermen like him, but the precious new resource destined for Europe. With the state offering him training in welding and electricity, the end of life on the ocean appears to be on the horizon.
And Nicolas Haque is joining us live from Dakar now. And you're at an energy conference there, Nick, where some of the very important conversations that you mentioned in your report are continuing to take place there.
That's right, Liz. And this conference that started 17 years ago, at the time, the conversation was about who's going to provide energy to Senegal? How are they going to power people's homes or factories? Today, the conversation couldn't be any different. People, countries from Europe are lining up. We've seen the president of Poland, the chancellor of Germany, the president of France, all lining up, queuing up to get a bit of that liquefied natural gas that Senegal has. Enormous resources that could put Senegal in the top 10 producers of the world and change the circumstances for the Senegalese. Now, the exportation of that liquefied natural gas will start at the end of 2023. But the big question is Senegal ready? Now, joining me now is Manar Sall, General Manager of Petrosen, which is the national company. So, is Senegal ready to export that liquefied natural gas?
Nicolas, we're born ready. On a serious note, we are the last child of all these countries that have now gas and oil. So we learn from the other guy that did not very well, and we learn also from all the best practice all around the world. So Senegal is ready. We will take the best of this, and especially, and that's very, very important, in our constitution of Senegal, it is written that the natural resource belongs to people of Senegal. So no doubt we need to take the best of it. So again, we are ready. We have the human resources to handle this properly. So no doubt Senegal is very well prepared to take advantage of our natural resources.
Let me ask you this question. The Russia-Ukraine crisis, how has that affected things for you? Because a couple of years ago at COP15, rich countries were asking poor countries to go green.
Yes.
And now we're seeing them lining up here to get some of that fossil fuels. Explain that to us.
Of course, this is an opportunity. When things are changing at the pace that they are changing, especially with this crisis, of course, people are now coming back and say, can we have your gas? So this is a great opportunity for us. But again, how can you ask someone when you know that this continent, we have more than 600 million people that cannot have access to electricity, to power? So how can you tell us not to use our fossil fuel? So we are lucky that we have this opportunity of people we are lining up to get the part of this gas. So we are lucky that with this investment, with, of course, all the partners that we have for this field, and I'm sure that people now accept that we have to use our natural resources.
And so, in effect, will you be able to power people's homes here in Senegal? 70%, I think most people in Senegal do not have access to power today. Will that change?
That will definitely change. We have a strategy called gas to power to replace the fuel by gas that we are, and of course, by doing that, we are reducing the cost of the power. So no doubt, people will be getting access. 100% of the population of Senegal will get access to electricity by 2025.
Manar Sal from Petros, and thank you very much for this interview. Now, the economy of Senegal is growing by 8%, a record amount, according to the World Bank. And at the end of the year, they'll be exporting this gas by the end of 2023. It will change the circumstances of Senegal and bring in billions of dollars of revenue for this country where most people don't have access to electricity. But here's the challenge, Liz. At the end of the year, or at the beginning of 2024, is a presidential elections that's going to be hotly contested. Is Macky Sall, the current president, going to run for another term, or are others going to step in? Whoever is the next president will be in charge of a country that's wealthier than ever before. And that's the challenge ahead for Senegal and the Senegalese people here. Back to you, Liz.
Nick, thank you for that. Nicolas Haque live for us in Dakar.